from the City of London, where competition is the name of the game, we watch the impersonate Neville Chamberlain with a bit of toilet paper competition. And see the proud winner of the Stuff Edwina Curry in a Lunchbox Challenge. Yes, we're live from the Bank of England for the Noel Edmonds Saturday Roadshow. Good evening to you. Welcome to the Bank of England. And just before I tell you about this marvellous place, I must show you something that I bought in ancient Rome last week, where we were, of course. These are Roman open-toed sandals. Very good if you want to do the leapfrog. Anyway, here it is. Yes, the Bank of England, the grand old lady of Threadneedle Street, and she has seen some changes in her time. Just think, back in 1935, if you'd had 5 pence, you'd have been able to buy 4 tickets for the first Status Quo concert, and a new Skoda, and you'd have had change. And today, well, you'd be able to buy the Skoda, but I mean, nothing else. And of course, the world of high finance is indeed a very precarious world, as I was saying to the cab driver, Donald Trump, as he was driving me here. I'll tell you what, guess who I met round the corner? Nigel Lawson. And he spoke to me. He said, "Do you want fries on that?" Of course, this area is a high-security area. Only last week there was a raid. A chap rushed in and assaulted one of the cashiers with a Nigel Kennedy cassette. That robbery with violins, that's a very serious business. We will be meeting the Governor of the Bank of England very shortly, and he is indeed a financial brain. He was the man who, at the time of decimalisation, designed the dot. And he'll be telling us about a new bank, think about that if you would, a new banknote which is going to be issued while we are actually here live at the Bank of England. But first, let me tell you about the other treasures we've got for you on the Roadshow, including the Gift Busters. Woo-hoo! This is BBC One. We now have an additional programme hosted by Noel Edmonds. Well, a very good afternoon to you. In this very first show, we're going to go to Chingford, where my special guest is Mrs. Cathy Johnson. With the Mythbusters, we will find out what they do to Cathy Johnson on Wait Till I Get You Home. I'm going to be talking to Kerry, and she is the most delightful young lady. We had a very serious conversation about things like the ozone layer, the greenhouse effect, and I asked her, how did she feel the British coastline would be affected by the melting of the polar ice cap?
When my children grow up and have their children, I don't want my children, their children, to have, be swimming underwater every single day, going to the blooming shopping centre and having to catch the watermelons floating in the water.
She is wonderful. Kerry is coming on Wait Till I Get You Home, and we've also got the return of our much-loved lyric game. But now, a new feature for the Roadshow this year. This is called Mad Ads. If you saw an ad in a newspaper or magazine for a wonder toothbrush that would make your teeth beautiful, pearly white, without actually having to touch your teeth, would you buy a sonic toothbrush like this? That's the challenge that we're putting to Peter Mullins, who is a professional salesman. He's a sales executive with a leading car company in Berkshire. Firstly, can Peter actually sell something like this? Secondly, are the public silly enough to buy something like this? And thirdly, well, the thing doesn't work at all.
Ultrasonic toothbrush, a brand new innovation in dental hygiene, straight from America. You charge them up overnight by just popping them into a charger. In the morning, you take it out and you just wipe it around inside and out, up to the top gums. A couple of minutes just wiping it over, and your teeth will be absolutely clean. No, honestly, it's from America.
If it's from America?
Yeah, for the Spanish market. Look, there's a mirror over here, just backwards and forwards. What it does, it removes all the plaque and tartar electronically, and then up and down slightly. That's it. Now, can you feel it?
I've sort of felt something.
Yes. Yeah. Hold it flat. That's it. You got it. Yeah, that's it. Right, and the top ones. As I say, they're new on the market. We've just imported them from America. Right, just a little bit off your teeth, and just wave it backwards and forwards. Right? That should be enough. Now, just run your tongue over your teeth and see if they feel smoother. They do, don't they?
They do, actually.
Yes, they do.
Does that work?
It work for you.
Does it work? No, it didn't, no.
There's bacteria as well. You can feel it?
I can sort of feel it, yes.
Yeah. Pizza. And the bottom ones. Right across the bottom. Lovely. Well, now, obviously, you've got a little bit of tartar there, so you'll need a few applications before it gets all that off.
He's not happy with you. He thinks it's a con, because he's an engineer.
Is that so, sir? But are you an electrical engineer?
Yes.
Oh, terrific. Right, would you like to examine that? And you tell me whether or not that is not the genuine article. Yeah? There's a high capacitance reactor in there. Right, a multi-valve flip-flop in the head. Miniaturised, of course. Right, I'll take a check. Have you got a check? I'll have your watch. Yes, I'll swap them. Yeah, come here. Let me just... I'll swap the watch.
That's good. That's good
That's
value.
pretty good.
It's very good
That's
value.
pretty good. There we are.
I think that was a bit more.
Look, everybody can tell you what the time is, but only you can clean your teeth.
No, because they don't work. All the boxes are empty. It says on here that you do a nuclear one as well.
Oh, yeah, clear. Thank you very much, sir. Right, would that be cash?
Put it on my bill. Put it on my account. Well, the man. The voice of our mad ads, well done to Peter Mullins, able to sell a sonic toothbrush. Would you buy a car from that man? I would. Well done, Peter. Now, I'm delighted to say, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to find out some of the secrets of the grand old lady of Threadneedle Street, the Bank of England, because he's here, the Governor of the Bank of England, and has just slipped in very quietly, and he's just reading the Financial Times and catching up on a few things. Hello, Governor. Oh. Didn't expect to see the Governor of the Bank of England reading the Beano.
I wasn't reading it, I was just looking at the pictures. How do you get in here? Have you been screened?
I'm from the BBC.
Then you ought to have been screened more than once. What do you want?
Well, I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about the running of the bank and what goes on behind the scenes. When did the bank open?
9:30 this morning.
What are you doing?
Checking for forgeries. You see this one's got a line going down there?
Yeah.
Now show me one from your wallet.
Well, I suppose it's worth having it checked by the expert. There we go.
Yeah, see? It's a forgery. That one's okay. I can sign that one.
I didn't realise you did all these personally.
Yeah, the customers like you too. Yeah, see? It's good, isn't it?
Do you not think there should be an E after the B in bearer?
No, I don't think so, no. Show me what we want.
Ah, I'm sure. Yes, they are.
Good heavens, you're absolutely right. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, while I'm here, do you think you'd do me a favour? Could you cash me that cheque?
Yes, certainly. What's it for?
Well, I thought I'd buy all the crew a drink.
Yeah, well, how do you want the money? Heads or tails? Hello? Yes. Well, that'll be 14% above base rate, repayable on demand, with 30% security against default. Right, thank you. Bye.
Well, that sounds exciting. What was all that all about?
Italy. They want to borrow a £5 till Friday.
Yes, well, of course, today is the day that all the member countries of the international monetary system actually settle their debts. How's it going?
Oh, it's pretty well, pretty well. And mind you, Brazil is turning nasty. You know, they say if we keep on about repayment, they're going to send back Sting. Yes, isn't it? Yeah, that's how we got Australia to cancel our debt.
What did you do?
Threatened to send back Rolf Harris. Well, it's been nice meeting you. Let's get on.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, from the gold of the Bank of England to the solid gold classics of the lyric game. Now on the Roadshow, we present our lyric game, where our contestants in pairs this year have been chosen for their deep musical knowledge and for their fine singing talents. On my right, we have Malcolm Kay and Estelle Reese. Their relationship is that Malcolm is married to Estelle's best friend. It's true. Malcolm is a London cab driver, so you wouldn't believe him saying it's true, it's true.
Believe me?
And he describes Estelle as an approaching hurricane. Estelle is 34, single and always looking for a nice Jewish boy to marry.
Yes, if anyone knows anyone.
All right.
We did the commercial.
She loves the Rocky films, adores Sylvester Stallone,
Yes,
even
yes.
though he's not Jewish and he's a bit on the short side. Her favourite singer is Barry Manilow. I wonder why.
I'll remember that, Noel.
And when she goes to a disco, she's always the first on the floor.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more tonic in it next time. We have got against her and him, Julie Baker and Derek Bullock.
You got it right this time.
I've had terrible trouble all day pronouncing Derek Bullock's name. Anyway, I've got it right now. Derek. They are engaged. Quiet! They fell in love after a parachute jump. When she landed, her parachute reinflated. She was dragged along, and ladies and gentlemen, a bullet came to her rescue. Enough of that. I think you've got the rough idea of the sort of people they are. And so the sooner we get this over and done with, the better. The lyric game, as the name suggests, means the moment you know the lyrics, hit the buzzers, and if you light up first, keep singing. You must sing 20 words, even if they're the wrong
like
ones.
that, Noel.
You must sing 20 words, even if they're the wrong ones. You'll get a point for every correct word. Our judges are ready. And so, let's get on with it. Yes! Great start. Tune 2.
Like the corners of my mind, misty watercolor memories of the
It's neck and neck. No, it isn't. But never mind. It's like
Let's run. We're finished now. Go ahead, Noel.
Sorry.
all right, our adjudicator has decided, probably because he's frightened of you, Estelle,
I'm a very
that
friendly
you're in the
person.
lead. The fourth one goes like this.
Was born
Under a wandering star, I was born
under a
wandering star.
Hell is down below.
Julie, for goodness sake, do something. This is one of my favourite tunes. I can't wait to hear it murdered by Estelle.
I'm your private dancer. I dance all night. I'll do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer. I dance all night.
Sorry, Tina.
Sorry, I was going to say that,
Yeah,
no.
I've done it for you, don't worry.
Yes, I'm a great pretender.
Come on. Smile, fallen at the pretender. My need is such, I pretend too much. Oh, you'll like this one. This is right up your street, Derek.
Do, push pineapple, shake a tree. Do. To the left, to the
I actually think you improved that one.
Don't forget to buy it. It will be in the shops next week.
I can't wait for this. I bet it's her that gets there.
All right, I won't say anything.
I can honestly say, ladies and gentlemen, for one very important reason, we are pleased that we've run out of time. That reason is we're nearly off the scoreboard, actually. 83! And so, it means that the much-prized consolation gift of the Gold Lame kazoo goes over here to Julie and Derek.
Thank you very much.
And our victors... And our victors this week are Estelle and Malcolm. They're in their very own karaoke machine so they can sing along to anything they want.
The Roadshow, the family show.
How much a week would you give to teachers? If I gave you £1 million, what would you spend it on?
Trying to prevent diseases. I don't like the idea of killing animals. And it would be nice if a big, pig came up to you and goes, I'm going to eat you, and so got a gun and went bang, and you were dead. Selling you at the butchers.
What would you wish for? And this is what she replied.
Peace. Every country having peace with each other.
The Roadshow, where the words of wisdom come from the kids.
Now, I think, in view of the fact we've gone to all the trouble of coming here to the Bank of England, it is important to learn a little bit about the world of finance, because money can be very confusing. So here are a few tips for you. This, of course, is a joint account. Now, if you don't have a joint account, you would want to have a current account. And then you need something to put into your account. Sterling is a very good idea, but have you seen this? That's sterling moss, actually. Heard of the gold reserves? That's what one looks like. And, of course, these days, the pound does seem to be having a lot of trouble. The pound is always sinking, so we've got a pound that can't sink. And should it actually do it, then this is how the pound recovers. Now, how do you get your money out? Well, the important thing is to have a cash point. The people in poor reception areas, I'll turn that round, actually. Getting into trouble. Now, we've already mentioned the international money tree system, and here is an international money tree. This fell off there. And this might look just like an ordinary drinks mat, but it is actually... TV's most exciting club, the Roadshow Club, is back again, but this year we have our club notice board. Lavish affair, look at this, very twee, look at that. See? Yeah, we care about you members. And we would like to hear from you if you've got any messages that you want to pass on to other club members, or if there's anything that you want to sell. I mean, there's some messages here, a very nice card from Jane in Kettering to Pete in Bognor Regis. Sorry to hear you sat through the South Bank show. What a lovely thought there. There's an advert here. Ability to whistle La Marseillaise without using your mouth. Unwanted gift. And, of course, the video club. Oh, no, hang on. Look at this. I nearly forgot. From Brex Lane, Rotherham in South Yorkshire. It's Martin Hudson. Hello, Martin. Thank you very much indeed for sending this photograph. He took this when we were filming recently in Cleethorpes, and he says the sound man appears to be knocking you one, and I couldn't help but notice your production lady, who seemed very interested in the goings-on. Yeah, Helen, that isn't what I was really doing in Cleethorpes. We were working quite hard, actually. Now, Len Scupper was the president of the Video Club until recently. I'm delighted to say that Len Scupper has really reached for the heights. He's got a job here at the BBC as one of our top cameramen. And would you believe his first show to work on was KYTV.
I'm running into the hospital now. I only hope we get there on time.
And then Len's career has gone from strength to strength. He's now moved on to Esther Ranson's show.
Oh, can I see your dog? Oh, please let me see your dog. Do you keep your dog in a bag? Look, can you see this dog? Excuse me, it's such a lovely dog. Does it bite? No.
I wonder where Len's working now. Oh. Hi, Hello, Len. How are you? All right, you're doing well. Very good. Excellent. And now to In Other Words. And I'm delighted to say that my quest to get celebrities to sit in the tank appears to be failing appallingly, actually. The truth is, now I've written to Major Ronald Ferguson, and I've written to Robert Maxwell and Ralph Halpin, and so far I've not heard from them. But I wrote to Sir Bob Reid, chairman of British Rail, and I said, "Sir, would you please come and sit in our gunge tank?" And he wrote back to me saying, "Dear Noel, I appreciate your reasons for asking me, but I fear the rush of people wanting to pour gunge over the chairman of British Rail might overwhelm even your organisation. In the interest of safety, I think I'd better decline." That's to the series. Yours, Bob Reid. I think he's just gone up in a load of people's estimation. Thank you, Bob. Mary Whitehouse. Have we heard from Mary Whitehouse?
Still waiting.
Still waiting. But we have heard from Lloyd Grossman. Lloyd! Welcome. Hello, Lloyd. Nice to see you here. He does everything through a keyhole. Let's get on. Now, this MasterChef thing you're doing is going very well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going very well indeed. I'm sorry that we leave a mess in the studio.
Yeah, you're on just before Telly Addicts.
Yeah, I know, but they never give us enough J-cloths.
Yeah. On Monday, second semi-final.
Second semi-final, 7:30 on Monday.
Right. Followed by Telly Addicts at 8 o'clock. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Debbie East. She's 30, from Rickmansworth. Describes her occupation as a housewife and cleaner.
Yep.
It's going to be useful. She's a great fan of Wet, Wet, Wet. How very appropriate. She won the Miss Haven Holiday Camp competition this year. Haven Holiday Camp's a nudist camp.
Yeah.
Right, now, the idea behind this game is that I'm going to say things on the card and then Lloyd has got to actually say the things appear on the screen. However, this year, everything has changed. I have no control over the gunge. It will go off either at the end of 90 seconds or if you reach 100 points on the table. The way you reach 100 points is by your choice of prizes. Now, the audience and you at home, you can see what the prizes are worth, but of course Debbie can't see that. But she will hear this sound if she goes over the top. That also will be the sound at the end of the 90 seconds, and the Where's my watch gone? Who's had my watch? All right, never mind. Don't forget to say the prize before we start each section. Okie dokie? Starting now.
Fine.
Oh, what's that say?
Tinge.
Yeah. The opposite of off.
On.
Yeah. Heaven and...
Earth.
No, the place down there.
Hell.
Yeah.
Elton
And who is
John.
that? Pardon?
Elton John.
Prize.
Oh, CD.
Me and...
You.
Yeah. From cattle, the meat we get from cattle.
Beef.
Coffee...
UB40.
Yes! Prize! What's that say? I can't think of a clue.
Tones.
Yes, jolly good. Another word for a golf course. Rhymes with stinks, yes. Something you do in a boat with an oar.
Right.
Rolling Stones.
Yes. Prize!
Microwave.
Yeah, a shortened version of nuclear. People talk about... Yes. Very good. If you...
No kids on the block.
Yes!
Cheers.
As a master chef yourself, how would you rate this particular concoction?
It doesn't look that appetizing.
No, what wine would you serve with? Debbie, thank you very much. Sorry you didn't get the prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, Lloyd Grossman. Lloyd, thank you very much. The Saturday Roadshow, the home of the experts.
Professor Rufus Chakraborty, M.A., B.A. and VAT. Is a seagull very large and grey?
No, Professor, it's not.
That must have been an albatross.
Wait, I'm trying to do this, so just be quiet.
Now, for those of you not familiar with the land of my birth, let me give you a little, what is French for resume?
You must be one of them good-looking chaps on television.
Oh, you're just saying that.
No, I'm reading it off this...
Well, here we are. Here we are in the Bank of England, and back to the plot. Yes, we're trying to find out what's happening with the brand new banknote that's going to be released soon. Deep below me here is the vault in which all the personal boxes are kept. And that's where the Governor of the Bank of England is at the moment. Hello, sir? Sir? Oi, oi! Hello?
Ah, Edmonds.
Hello.
Just checking on these tamper-proof locks.
Is security tight?
Well, he's had a few.
What exactly do people keep in their safety deposit boxes?
Oh, I've absolutely no idea. Each box is securely locked and only the owner has the key.
Surely we could just have a little peek in one of them?
Oh, all right.
Whose is that one?
The Queen Mother's.
Oh.
Handshaking for fun and profit. Teach yourself horse nobbling. The Guinness Book of Criminal Records.
Oh. Do you have any show business customers?
Oh, yes. Andrew Lloyd Webber, he banks here. Have you seen Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
Did you know that Lloyd Webber was the first choice to play the Phantom?
Oh, why didn't he?
Someone found out that his mask would only cover half his face. Have you seen the new banknote that's being introduced?
Ah, now, is this the new £100 note?
No, it's only £4.99 note.
What's the difference between that and the old £5 note?
A penny.
And whose picture's on it?
Oh, isn't it obvious? The symbol of our nation's pride and greatness. The embodiment of everything that's made our nation great.
Her Majesty.
Gaza.
Kerry, but first of all, let's meet Gary and Sue Milne. Don't look worried. What a lovely girl. Absolutely superb. A few facts about you before we meet her and get her view about you. Gary and Sue met 18 years ago outside a telephone box. That was exciting, wasn't it?
Yes.
Love at first sight, was it?
Yes.
Good. Who was making the call?
I was.
Oh, yes. Harmony in marriage, so important. Sue's recently been working as a dinner lady. True, so you should know about kids and the horrible things they get up to. She loves all-night parties and has fantasies. Is that true?
Sometimes.
What sort of, just between you and me, what sort of fantasies do you have? You can tell me. What sort of thing?
To have the perfect figure.
To have the perfect figure? What, £1 million? That kind of thing, right.
For starters.
Gary hates Reliant Robins. Why?
Because my brother-in-law's got one.
You could crush one. If you sat on the bonnet of one, you'd crush it. Anyway, good luck. To start with, we are playing for a swag bag. And I decided not to pull any punches with Kerry and get straight down to the subject of violence in the home. And I said, Kerry, does your mum ever hit your dad? Now, did she say, no, she's not a very good shot? I don't want to answer that on the grounds that it might incriminate me. Only when he deserves it, or anything that you care to make up.
Second one.
Well, I don't want to answer that on the grounds it might incriminate me. The third one.
When I deserve it.
If my dad says, "Can you getting fat, ain't you?" and things like that, I always tries to hit him in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Has she ever hit him hard?
Sometimes. She whacks him one.
So what was the main reason why she last whacked him one?
Because my dad said her cooking was terrible.
I'll give you that on the basis only when he deserves it. You rude man. Then I asked, what would be Dad's ideal holiday? Camping in a beer tent? Going on a Serrano Fines expedition to the South Pole in flip-flops? Spain without the children, or something entirely different? A food mixer is what we're playing for.
I think I'd have to say the beer tent.
Spain, with no kids at all. Going out every night to the pub, playing snooker and pool, and drinking loads of beer.
Can't give you that, I'm afraid. No, you lost the food mixer there. We're moving on to the Bank of England's cat. Could be yours. It's another big budget show. I asked Kerry, how do you know when someone is old? Now, did she say they start going around the country asking kids stupid questions? They're always in the 8 items or less queue at the supermarket. They get grumpy. Was it none of those? Was it something else?
Get grumpy?
When they start getting really grumpy, and they don't like going out to discos. My mum said when she gets old, she'll be still swinging her walking stick around when she's 53.
It's horrible to think old is 53. Okay. The bank's cat has got a new home. The answer phone could be yours. How often... Leave a message after the tone. How often did Mum and Dad tell the children off? Did she say, tell us off? Whatever for? Or, I can't remember the last time. They gave you such a whack on the head when they do it, you can't remember anything. Lots. Was it none of those? Was it something else?
Lots.
Yeah, I'd say lots.
They tell us off a lot. When my mum tells us off, her face goes bright red.
How does she look when she's angry?
Like a ball.
Do the bull impression.
What do you mean?
Just imagine I've been really, really naughty. I'm your little boy, and I've been really naughty. And you've called me in out of the garden, and you're going to... Go on, go for it.
Spank you.
My next line has been edited. I think we'll move right along there. I asked Kerry if she'd ever marry. Now, did she say, I don't think I'll marry, it would be unfair to the other boys. Not until hell freezes over. Did she say yes? Did she say something else? It's worth thinking about. We're playing for a portable colour TV. Or a jolly good spanking.
Yes, she's
I think
talked about getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get married on Friday night, so on Friday, Wednesdays and Mondays, I'm the one who's going to go out. And he's going to stay in and look after my 3 children.
Where do you think you'll meet him?
Probably in a circus.
What will he be doing?
He'll be chucking water everywhere and chucking custard pies at people, being a clown.
You'll look at him and think, this is the man I want to marry. You've got problems when he comes round to ask permission, haven't you? I'd like to marry your daughter. I also asked her, are Mum and Dad romantic? Just slipping the naughty ones in quickly here. Did she say, don't make me laugh, I've been drinking? Or they often sit on the sofa of an evening, poking fluff out of each other's string vests with a or yes, in a way, or something else, and we're playing for the bank manager gnome.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, sometimes.
They have romantic dinners sometimes, and we got to stay upstairs, and my mum gives us a packet of crisps and sends us up in our room.
I have a vision of them dishing out crisps, celery, anything that makes a lot of noise. Get up the stairs. Yeah, lovely. Super stuff. Well done. The gnome has a new home. And here is Kerry. I think you survived. I don't think you've caused too many ripples there, or do you think you're in trouble?
Bit.
A little bit? Which bit do you think's caused the trouble?
Probably telling us off.
The telling off bit?
Yeah.
You think there's more to come?
Yeah.
I think you've blown the secret on the romantic bit, if I was telling the truth. But anyway, of course, we came round to the the big subject. And Kerry, you must not say a word, and I do hope you've not been chatting about this before. No, of course not, you'd be honest. If there was one toy that I could buy for Kerry, what do you reckon she said? Did she say that she'd like a racing bike, a racing car, a racing pigeon, or something else? What do you think?
Racing bike.
Yeah, the racing bike.
A racing bike.
Yes, well done. We were so worried that you'd exceed the speed limit that we put a governor on the bike. Kerry, it was a delight to talk to you. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah.
What's that?
Present for getting my bike.
Oh, thank you. A present for me?
My auntie Anne made it.
And it says love at the bottom as well. Thank you very much. Good own family. Thank you. And so, from one gift to another, it's Giftbusters time, and Valerie Johnson lives in Chingford. She lives in a flat all by herself, and her family said she's an absolutely lovely person, and her daughter Valerie Knight said there's only one thing that she'd really like. You see, unfortunately, Kathy is suffering a bit from arthritis, and she does find it very difficult to get out shopping and get up the stairs to the flat and whatever, but particularly her viewing pleasure is spoiled because she's got a very old television set. It keeps breaking down, but anyway, it hasn't got a remote control, so she can't control it from the seat, so she's got to keep getting up and down. So there is the plot for the Giftbusters. It's worth thinking that if a man on the television started talking to you in your own home, would you start talking to him back? Secondly, remember, the Giftbusters have got a special camera with the speakers on the outside. So, in fact, I was miles away in another flat talking to her the day that the Giftbusters called on Kathy Johnson.
If you want help now, and you don't know how, all you do is call Giftbusters. If you need some way to make their day, who you gonna call? Giftbusters. Go!
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're just doing a little bit of a survey about consumer interest in television. Could I ask the lady in the white jacket there, your favourite television programme?
Sports mostly, and live, truth.
Do you have a modern television facility of your own?
No, well, I've got one, but it's very old.
Is it?
Yeah, it'll work for a little while, and then it breaks off. It suddenly goes off, and.
Well, it's marvellous to talk to you, Mrs. Johnson, this afternoon. I wonder whether you'd be good enough to continue on your way home and maybe do us the favour of immediately you get to your home turning on your television set. Would that be possible?
Yes. You sure you got the right address?
Is it good to be home?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson, it must be good to be home after being out shopping, yeah?
Yes, rather. Yes.
I wonder if we could ask you to go through into your front room.
Yeah.
That's it. Tell me a little bit about your television set. You're reasonably pleased with it, but it doesn't necessarily give you the kind of satisfaction that you demand as a discerning viewer.
No. For one reason, I've got arthritis in my knees, and I have to keep getting up and pressing the button, and
right.
Changing it over when it goes all
yeah, that's inconvenient.
haywire, or else it cuts off completely.
Have you any idea why there is a strange camera in your living room?
Strange camera in my living room?
Well, there's all these strange people looking at you.
What, you? Yes.
Does this happen most afternoons?
Never. That's what I'm so puzzled about.
So we've got you curious.
Definitely.
Would you like to know the next part of the story?
Oh, yes.
Well, would you tune into your television now? Would you be good enough to turn it on? And we'll see what programmes you can come up with. This is BBC One. Good afternoon to you. In a moment, we have more cricket coverage from Trent Bridge. However, we now have an additional programme hosted by Noel Edmonds. Well, a very good afternoon to you. In this very first show, we're going to go to Chingford, where my special guest is Mrs. Kathy Johnson. Very good afternoon, Mrs. Johnson. Is this the first time that you've taken part in a television programme?
I'm not taking part in it, am I? What's it all about? This is what's puzzling me. I can't make out
What's going on?
what's going on, yes.
Well, you've got a problem with your television set, yes?
Oh, yes, I do have problems.
Sometimes, and doesn't give you the sort of picture you want.
Yes, that's right. It cuts off completely sometimes.
And it hasn't got a remote control?
No,
Right.
no, that's one of the big things.
Would you do me a favour, Mrs. Johnston? Do not move from your chair. There's a man just over here who's our technical expert, and I'll just go and ask his advice as to what we could possibly do for you.
Oh, would you?
Yes, hang on one moment. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And it's a great pleasure to meet you. Don't give up, don't give up. Do please sit. It's a great pleasure to meet you. Do please sit down. I'm sorry to do this to you, but in some respects I'm not sorry at all. I hope that this has been a pleasant surprise rather than a bad shock. It was your daughter Valerie who contacted the Giftbusters and said that you would really like a replacement for the TV. So I have here your brand new television set, complete with remote control.
I've never had a new colour television.
Well, I've just delivered it.
Oh, no.
We'll plug in the new TV and make it work for you. Is it a good surprise?
Shock!
Absolutely superb. Kathy in North London, I hope the new set's performing all right. Remember the promise, you said you'd watch me every time I'm on TV. Tomorrow, I'm doing a programme from Farnborough, Monday night, 8 o'clock, Telly Addict. If you think that there is somebody in your life that you would like to give a super surprise to, a special gift, not necessarily of great monetary value, we'd love to hear from you. The Giftbusters, they are at room 3305 at the BBC Television Centre, Wood Lane, London, W12 7RJ. And next week, Rob Curling on this very show gets a Gotcha Oscar for a German puzzle.
Once more, Kenneth, I'm so sorry. Es gibt viel Spaß. Vor aller jetzt.
What is he doing? You'll have to watch next week to find out. We've got a great show lined up for you next Saturday. I hope you've enjoyed this show from the Bank of England. I've enjoyed meeting this superb man, the Governor of the Bank of England. Great pleasure to meet you, sir. Oh, you're off?
Yes, yes, indeed. Early night, you know. Would you mind passing my raincoat?
My pleasure.
Please.
My pleasure.
Heaven surprise.
There we go. Wow. Heavy lining.
Briefcase.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh. What have you got in there? Ken Dodd's lecture?
Would you mind seeing if my umbrella's in the vault?
Yes, certainly. What colour is it? Black?
Gold.
Hey, don't you go rushing off. He's an imposter. He's not the Governor of the Bank of England. He's a thief. He's nicked my raincoat.